Beyond reverb and delay, there are so many types of special effects plugins, and knowing where to start can be super daunting. So I wanted to make this video to simplify your understanding of the world of effects plugins so you can make informed decisions on which ones to use and when, instead of throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping something sticks. How we're going to simplify this is by understanding the 6 primary effects categories, and then we'll be going into each specific effect. I'll give some of my favorite plugin brand recommendations for these as well, and we'll even talk a little bit about multi-effects and sound design plugins that incorporate a lot of these different effects into one plugin. Those categories are modulation, pitch shifting, harmonics, filters, time-based and glitch effects, and degradation, aka lo-fi effects. I'm Kimera, vocal producer and plugin developer, among other things. On this channel, I demo a lot of these special effects plugins on vocals, so be sure to subscribe as I release new videos every week. When used tastefully, special effects help you achieve 2 things. 1, you can craft your signature sound, subtle effects you use consistently that can become part of your style. 2, you create moments. Obvious, intentional effects make specific moments in your song special and memorable. If you're putting an effect on your entire song, or you're gonna use it in your standard vocal chain, use subtle settings. Don't overdo it. If you're putting an effect on just one phrase or section, that's when I say go ahead and be aggressive for big impact. Also, effects work great on background vocals or vocals that are tucked in the distance. You could definitely be more adventurous when the vocal isn't front and center. All right, let's go. All right, let's start with modulation. I'm gonna go over 7 different effects. This is the biggest category we have. And the first one is called chorus. Chorus duplicates your vocal and slightly detunes the copies, creating a thick, lush sound like multiple voices are singing. This is also known as a vocal doubler. Well, here is the clean version of what we're gonna be listening to. And since we're doing 6 categories, I was nice to you and I actually wrote 6 song fragments so you don't have to hear the same exact vocal over and over like I do in some of my videos. Sorry.
I tried, sorry I could not find a reason to stay by your side. Gonna have to let me slide.
Chorus sounds like this, and I can cycle through some of the presets if you want.
I tried, sorry I could not find a reason to stay by your side. Gonna have to let me slide.
This one is by Soundtoys. I'm going to use a lot of Soundtoys today. Love their effects plugins. But the next effect in modulation is called a flanger. And a lot of these are going to sound really similar, but they do behave a little differently. Flanger is definitely more extreme. It creates a sweeping metallic whooshing type effect. It duplicates the audio and then moves it in and out of phase, and it sounds like this.
I tried, sorry I could not find a reason to stay by your side. Gonna have to let me slide.
Flangers and phasers get interchanged a lot, but phaser is definitely a different sound to me, and I personally don't like it. So this is what a phaser sounds like.
I tried, sorry I could not find a reason to stay by your side.
I think the reason I don't like the way this sounds is because I just know that this sound is often caused by an error in recording where people copy their lead vocal to multiple tracks thinking they've just created background vocals, but really they just multiplied the sound and caused phasing issues. But yeah, these phase copies kind of make it sound like you're moving through space in a funky way. Next one is called tremolo, and I'm going to show you the Tremolator plugin by Soundtoys. Love this one. Basically, this is going to cause a pulsing effect, and we're really just modulating the amplitude of the signal. Love that one. If you like Stutterhouse, this is my favorite plugin for Stutterhouse stuff on vocals. You can certainly recreate that sound by just automating the volume. And similarly, our next plugin is Auto Pan, which you could do with automation, but you could also do it with a plugin and just play with a different rate of motion. This is what that's gonna sound like.
I tried, sorry I could not find a reason to stay by your side. Gonna have to let me slide.
Honestly, I hate this plugin. It gives me a headache. Like, why would you want to do that? If you're in headphones, like, it's just going back and forth. It just gives me a headache. Anything, I would use that minor movement and keep it very narrow and just do it ever so slightly. I would maybe add that to my chorus effect just to give a tiny bit of motion, but it really makes my head hurt. All right, next one is called ring modulation. And what a ring mod will do is it multiplies your vocal signal and mixes it with a carrier frequency. So you'll hear that ringing sound, kind of metallic, kind of robotic, kind of alien. And by the way, all these blue plugins you saw, these are by Kilohearts. And these ones are actually free, so check them out. Kilohearts' free essentials bundle. Here's what their ring mod sounds like. Sounds a little familiar, right? You might have heard a little ring modulation in some vocoder type plugins, which we are going to get into in the pitch shifting section. One more for modulation. I just want to show you what comb filtering sounds like. Here's another free plugin by Melda Productions.
I tried, sorry I could not find a reason to stay by your side. Didn't have to let me slide. Yeah.
Wow, okay, so if you've ever heard someone say, it sounds like we're in a tube, that is the effect of comb filtering, and sometimes it's actually unwanted. So obviously with a plugin, you can be more controlled with it. But what it's doing is it's mixing your vocal with very short delayed copies of itself. And this causes a series of resonant peaks and notches in the frequency spectrum. And it literally will sound like you're combing through the frequency spectrum. Like I said in the beginning, I think certain effects like this shouldn't really be used to create your signature sound, but maybe it could be used as special effects for just highlighting a moment. Okay, let's move on to the next category, pitch shifting. Pitch shifting is really cool used as a background effect, but we're just gonna listen on lead. A pitch shifter is the first plugin within pitch shifting. Actually, I'm going to use one plugin to show you both pitch shifting and the other one, which is formant shifting. Love this effect. This is Z-Plane's Elastic Pitch 2, and they have 2.5 just came out. I need to update, and it's a free update if you already own it. So check this out. Pitch shifting will do pretty much what it sounds like it'll do. We're just going to raise the pitch by cents or semitones. You can see up here as I move this how much you're moving it. You got to be careful with pitch shifting because you might shift it out of the key. And so I don't really like to use pitch shifting to create harmonies. I prefer a harmony engine or like a vocoder type effect, which I'll show you in a minute. But I pretty much just use pitch shifters for octaves. Or if I'm literally just changing the key of my song, you can use a pitch shifter for that as well. So this is what it sounds like without the pitch shifter.
I said it all before. I said it all.
All right, so let's make it sound bad for a second. Obviously, when I'm in the middle in between, I'm hitting the wrong notes so poorly. Once I get to plus 12, I'm just an octave higher, and then I can do negative 12 as well. But it doesn't really sound that pleasant, right? It will sound a lot better when we add in formant shifting as well. So the tone of my voice, my natural timbre, is higher pitched. So when I drop it down an octave, it's kind of weird that my higher pitched timbre is down an octave now. So what we'd also want to do is we'd want to change the timbre of my voice by lowering it to match what we're trying to do here. So we're down an octave, and now I'm going to go all the way down with my formant, and it sounds like this. Makes a lot more sense, right? I'm gonna link these and let's hear what it sounds like up the octave and up a full octave of formant. I don't know if you refer to formant in octaves, but I think so. Anyway, sounds like this. So those are formant and pitch shifters. There's a lot of different plugins that do that. This one's my favorite. And then we've got harmonizers or vocoders. This is going to multiply your voice and then put it on different notes. I like Baby Audio Humanoid for this. I don't have this rigged up to MIDI, but you should be able to play your voice on the keyboard. But since I don't have that, I'm just going to use their duo pitch mode, and we're going to listen to the sound of two different pitches at the same time. And we can move it around. We can change which pitch it's going to hit. That sounded kind of crazy. You'll definitely want to spend time on it. If creating a vocoded effect is something you want to do, I definitely recommend linking this with MIDI and then being able to play it on the keyboard what you want to do. So that's Baby Audio Humanoid. Let's move on. Category number 3 is harmonics and saturation, distortion. Got a vocal right here for you.
It may be a broken symphony, but I stay pulling strings until I get the things that keep my mind awake, imagining. Ain't no stone I couldn't turn if it outweighs. I'ma find ways, never slow pace, but I keep up if you're really trying to witness.
Okay, sounds super clean. We might want to add some distortion. That's going to be like hard clipping to overdrive the signal and add this cool creative harmonic content. And I'm going to use this plugin called Fuel to show you both distortion and saturation, what the difference sounds like. Distortion is aggressive. Saturation is softer clipping. That will add a little more richness without it sounding gritty and crunchy. So why don't we use this crunch knob? This is going to show you what distortion sounds like.
It may be a broken symphony, but I stay pulling strings until I get the things that keep my mind awake, imagining.
But soft clipping and saturation is going to sound more like this.
It may be a broken symphony, but I stay pulling strings until I get the things that keep my mind awake, imagining.
It's very subtle. It's very sweet. We're going to bypass it and then turn it back on so you can really compare the clean sound to the saturated sound.
It may be a broken symphony, but I stay pulling strings until I get the things that keep my mind awake, imagining. Ain't no stone I couldn't turn if it outweighs. I'ma find ways, never slow pace, but I keep up if you're really trying to witness.
All right, we're throwing that hard distortion at the end. Another subtle one I wanted to show you is cabinet or amp simulation. And let's open up Radiator by Soundtoys for this one. So this is going to make it sound like we're running my voice through an amp, like you would run it through a guitar amp type of thing.
It may be a broken symphony, but I stay pulling strings until I get the things that keep my mind awake, imagining. Ain't no stone I couldn't turn if it outweighs. I'ma find ways, never slow pace, but I keep up if you're really trying to witness.
Kind of a vintage sound. Just adds a really neat tonal character, light saturation, a little warmth and grit, maybe more emphasis in kind of the mid-range area. So play around with these 3 if you want to add some subtle color to your vocals. All right, next category is filtering. We're going to talk about the automatic filters. Obviously, you could just EQ something and get that telephone effect, but let's use Filter Freak by Soundtoys. I use them a lot, and they have a lot of awesome presets to play with. But here's what some basic automated filtering sounds like. It's just gonna play with cutting out certain frequencies and bringing them back in.
I guess there's no rest for the wicked, it's right. Pull the lever, break them all, see what's inside. Going over, hold on tight. Will you jump with me tonight?
All right, cool. That was kind of on the subtle side. We can get a little more filter freaky. Let's see. Wee wee wah wah and auto wahs are also a thing. You hear that wah 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 sound on a guitar. This is going to simulate that for sure. So there's a lot of possibilities. I would probably just use this to create a very specific moment. Okay, next category is super fun, time-based and glitch effects. Let's check out our nice clean vocal first.
No need to slow. No, please don't go.
first one I want to talk about is like stuttering, also known as repeaters, slicers. Portal by Output is the GOAT for this. So pretty. Here's one of their presets, slow repeater. Check out this. It's like an instant drop. Let's check out a few of the different settings I really like. It just like skipped half of my words, but that's cool. Oh my gosh, that is such a cool drop. Stretching is also a thing. So it's kind of like time stretching it a little, smearing it a little. If we looked under the hood, there's a lot going on here, but we're not gonna get into that. I have an entire video on output, thermal, portal, and movement. You should check that video out as well. But let's look at a couple more basic time and glitch effects. An absolute classic is reversing. Simple reverse. And this is gonna be a processing plugin. So you're gonna render the reverse in place instead of having an insert on your track in real time. Let's see. My reverse is here, and really all you do is you want to make sure you're selecting on the grid so it reverses in time, and it sounds like this. Very cool. Another process in place type of plugin I really like is Vary Speed or Tape Stop effect. I'm gonna grab Verify for this, and this is gonna make it sound like the tape deck is dying, kind of a thing. No! I died. And then lastly, in like the pitch shifting category is granular processing. What this is gonna do is it's gonna break your audio into milliseconds or grains and then manipulate them by stretching, reversing, pitch shifting, randomizing. It's gonna create these crazy textures. I really like Crystallizer for this. Here is an example of granular echo synthesis. Very outer space-like. Let's go to the next category, our lo-fi or degradation effects. So this is like intentionally trying to make it sound bad, right? Here's our clean vocal. You know you gave me something, and then you take it away. What were you thinking, baby? Oh, you were thinking. That's some lazy singing right there. All right, first one is a major favorite, bit crushing, also known as bit depth reduction. So we're adding quantization noise and this gritty digital distortion. It causes a 24-bit signal to go down to 8-bit, and it just sounds so cool. Let's use Baby Audio Transit 2 for this, their bit crusher module. You know you gave me something. Super smashed. Let's see, they have another really cool degradation plugin called Super VHS. And it's static. Let's just listen to their magic button and the drift. This is also known as tape wow or tape flutter. And this is like when the old school VHS was messed up and it was going a little too slow and it would warp the sound, kind of detuning it. Check this out. You know you gave me something, and then you take it away. What were you thinking, baby? Oh, you were thinking. Pretty cool. Love that one. And then we also have Retrofy by Waves. Some more examples of that flutter wow kind of thing.
know you gave me something, and then you take it away. What were you thinking, baby? What you were thinking?
Okay, do you make lo-fi music? Love that plugin. You can use it on synths as well. But yeah, that was 20 different types of plugins. And you saw me use a couple multi-effects plugins just to showcase one little thing it does. But just to show you, okay, like here's Baby Audio's Transit 2. This is a multi-effects plugin, so you can add many different effects, all these different models you can add. We've got analog chorus, digital chorus. You can hear the differences between those when I demo them in my Transit 2 video, so go check that one out. Distortion, looping, ooh, super cool. You got flangers, you got oscillation, noise, pitch, phasing, pump, reverbs, reversers, a lot you can do with this. And if you don't know where to start, how about their massive preset folder? Love this plugin. Another favorite multi-effects plugin, which I didn't even show today, is called Infiltrator 2 by Devious Machines. You have so many effects you can play with here. Comb, phaser, frequency, distortion, decimate. I know that's gonna be cool. Or again, you can go to their massive preset menu. Their preset menus have preset menus. Like, it's crazy. A lot of stuff for sound design though. Just so you can get an idea of how crazy this can get, let's shuffle through some of these presets.
The things that keep my mind awake, imagining. Ain't no stone I couldn't turn if it outweighs my
ways. There's no pace, but keep up if you really trying to witness.
So cool. You have to try this. Also, I have a full video on this plugin in particular, so you might want to scroll through that playlist, me showing vocals through these crazy plugins. So much fun. Outputs plugins are all pretty much multi-effects as well. Portal supports all kinds of crazy stuff. Thermal might be one of my favorite plugins. I can't believe I didn't show it today. Amazing plugin. They've got a bit reducer right here. Chorus compression, delay, flangers, all kinds of stuff. Geez, so much fun. Amazing presets as well. So yeah, definitely check out my series of videos where I run my voice through all these plugins. They're super helpful in deciding if you want to buy any of these. You can hear it before you buy it. Check out that playlist here. And if this was helpful, drop a comment. Let me know what your favorite effects are. If I didn't cover any today, you know I love discovering a new plugin, so please let me know your favorites. And of course, make sure you're subscribed, and I will see you in the next one.